Have you ever heard of the term banding, or maybe the term rolling shutter? If you haven't heard of either of those, maybe you have seen this happen to your footage at some point. When we're filming on the go and relying on the location's light sources, this is an issue you may run into. The first thing to know is that this will never happen when using natural light. Only artificial light can cause this, but not all lights. Certain types of lights send out the light in waves, just like a radio signal. Instead of the light moving at a consistent level, the waves cause it to have slightly different intensities. But because this is happening so fast, our eyes don't notice it. Our camera, however, does notice these differences. That's because every time the camera records a frame, it snaps a photo of that exact moment. And when it does this, the camera scans the sensor line by line to record the light that is hitting the sensor. But at the same time this is happening, the intensity of the light is changing as the wave hits the sensor, causing parts of the frame to be slightly darker. So with that little science lesson, how do we get rid of this? Well, the first step is to check the camera settings. If you're in North America, your camera should be set to NTSC. And if you're in Europe, it should be set to PAL. Elsewhere in the world, you'll have to research which system your country uses and set it accordingly. Although this is not a 100% guaranteed solution, it does help because now the camera is set to the proper frequency of the lighting that's used in different parts of the world. If that doesn't solve the problem, then there are a few other things that we can do. If we have a lighting kit and have access to the lights that are causing the problem, we can either replace the bulbs or we can use our own lights instead. If that's not possible because we're filming on the go or on a low budget and don't have a lighting kit, then see if it's possible to eliminate the light that is causing the banding. Our third option is to adjust the shutter speed and try to match the light's frequency as best as possible. This is actually a good example of how motion blur works. Depending on the shutter speed, the amount of light wave that hits the sensor is increased or decreased, which causes the bars to be either more defined or less defined. It also affects the number of bars that we see. Notice that as we increase the shutter speed, more bars appear and they are more defined. And when we lower the shutter speed, allowing for a longer exposure, we capture more movement of the light waves, which causes the bars to become softer and less frequent as they blend together, essentially creating motion blur. You may also notice that certain light sources, although they don't cause banding to the entire frame, on camera they create a flicker. This is common with TVs and other types of screens. And that's because light sources such as these don't emit light in waves. Instead, they turn on and off extremely fast. So fast that once again, our eyes don't pick up on it. Our camera, however, is able to catch this because when it records a frame, sometimes the light will be on and sometimes it will be off, causing that flicker that appears in our footage. In these situations, it's best and easier to just turn it off or green screen them so you can add video to it in post-production.